Hello and welcome to another video review. Today I will be taking a few moments to talk about an indie game that has been brought to my attention a few days ago, and I want to make a full-fledged review of it, but I noticed that it won't fill up my usual time span of 5 to 6 minutes, so I decided to make a new series where I review lesser known indie games and talk about them to try and get them into the spotlight. And the first one of these will be Shotgun. It is a pixel art run-and-gun side-scroller, that was a mouthful. The story is mostly explained out of game by the creator, and I don't mind. Who wants pesky story to interfere with shooting crazy lunatics with chainsaws and knives? And that is basically the whole game, but this simplicity makes it actually challenging and quite quirky, in a good way. It mostly reminded me of Hotline Miami because both games probably showed me how it would be to be on acid and try to flush out a whole house of enemies that can kill you in one shot. Which leads me into the challenge part of the game. When I started it, I did not know what to expect, and being killed in the first 5 seconds of playing this game more or less showed me what I should expect. All the rooms in the game are preset and not randomly generated, so you can learn the position of all enemies in them, and to survive that has to be done. Some enemies are unforgiving. Even in the first room there is an enemy that kills you if he comes too close, and this makes the game quite challenging but gratifying to beat. But on the other hand, I would like for at least one more second before they get to you, because in the current iteration of the game you don't really get a warning about where and what kind of enemy will spawn. So whenever I got into a new room, I was ready to die and start everything over again. I would have liked it if there was a sound or visual cue before the enemies appeared, or just for them to be a tad bit slower, so the player has any chance to kill them without knowing where they spawn. And another thing that I want to mention is the art style. It's obviously inspired by retro games from the 80s, and that combined with the horror elements in the game make it look so immature. And not in a bad way. I think this is how it would look like if you showed a 12-year-old a Robocop movie, the old ones, and then told him to make a video game. So, to wrap this all up, Shotgun is a fast-paced indie game that was obviously made by someone who had a good idea and just wanted to do something with their free time. And if you want to try it for yourself, there's a link in the description for the site where you can even download it for free. So, as always, goodbye and thanks for listening.